Hey guys, and welcome to LoudsCast Weekly for the 28th of April 2011. Wow, this month has really flown by. Basically, in this video, I'm going to be covering stat priority as a protection warrior tank for heroics and raiding. Now, I'll try not to get too number crunchy throughout this video. I know there's a lot of stuff to look at, and it can be quite overwhelming. So those of you that are a warrior tank out there, hopefully this video should help you. So if we go into the character screen here, there's a lot of stuff if you look through it. Spell, we don't need that, so I'm just going to minimize that off for now, just to make things a bit easier to look at. Now if we go to the attributes section, you're going to want strength and stamina. All the other stats are irrelevant as a warrior tank, and it's quite fortunate because all your gear, all your tanking gear you're going to pick up is going to give you strength and stamina, which is all good really. The next thing you want to sort of look at is two things in the melee section here called hit chance and expertise. Basically, as a warrior, there's no point in us missing a mob because we're not going to generate threat on it and we're going to get 0 rage from it. So it's really important to try to sort of cap these. Now what I mean by a cap is if I go into the hit chance there and it says target level and miss chance. If I am capped, I will have 0% miss chance on a level 88 mob, and that is basically a raid boss at the minute. So the soft cap, i.e. the cap you want to aim for to hit a mob of level 85, which is going to be fine for mobs in heroics, is 5%. So you want to try and aim for that, and the hard cap, as it's called, which I'm trying to reach at the minute, you see I'm 1.11% off there, is 8%. So you want to try and aim for 8% hit, and that means that you will always hit your target, you'll always generate threat, and you will always generate some rage from it. Expertise again is equally sort of important for parry and dodge chance. That basically means that the mob will not parry or dodge you dependent on its level. So again guys, you want to make sure you definitely capped on that for level 85. Now the cap for this is a little weird because you notice there that sorry, just move my mouse out of the way, that really helps. Parry chance is 8% at 88 and dodge chance is 0.5%. That is because they have different ratings. So the soft cap for expertise is actually 26, which means that a target will not be able to dodge. Now the parry chance, and this is the hard cap, and this just isn't achievable at the minute guys. I think it's somewhere in the region of 86 expertise, just don't even bother trying to get it. As long as you've got the soft cap, you should be pretty fine. Okay, so that's the sort of stats there covered. So remember guys, you want to try and get your hit up and you want to try and get your expertise up. Those are the two main stats. So that means you're always going to be generating threat and you're always going to be getting rage. Now we're going to go into the defenses here. Armor's a base value, and your armor's just going to go up and up. You wear plates at the end of the day, and as your gear goes up, your armor's going to go up. Don't really worry about it too much, just as long as it's nice and high, and it'll just keep going up as you gear up. So don't worry about that too much, and you can't really do much to change your armor value, really. Now, when it comes to things like dodge, parry, and block, these are the three things here, which basically, as a warrior, give you what's called avoidance. Those three values added up pretty much are going to give you what's called avoidance, which means the amount of damage you just simply ignore. Now there's various ways to sort of work to 100% avoidance, which is every sort of tank's dream really. Now our block actually comes from mastery, I believe. I'm just going to go into the talent screen, 1 second, view summaries. Mastery critical block increases your chance to block by 21% and your chance to critical block by 21%. Each point of mastery increases your block chance by an additional 1.5% and your critical block chance by an additional 1.5%. So point for point, when you're gemming, enchanting and reforging, that sort of thing, mastery actually works out the best sort of stats to go for. So that really is the sort of one you want to focus on there, is going to be mastery. And as you can see, I'm trying to up my mastery there. Got it to 14.2, which gives me a block chance of 41%, which means I'm going to stop 30% of incoming damage. That's really nice to add that to my avoidance. So you want to try and focus on getting as much sort of mastery as possible as a protection warrior. You've got to be careful though, guys, because there is what's called a diminishing return. That basically means that if you sort of went, oh well, why don't I just stack dodge to 100%, and I would be awesome, because I'd avoid all the damage. That's not the case, because what happens if you start stacking one stat really high, you become more likely to suffer from what's called a diminishing return. And that basically means a strike that can't be dodged, parried, or blocked. And this is a way to stop people from just stacking one sort of stat, really, in the game. So you've got to sort of manage your stats a bit. But like I say, mastery is the best, because it's giving you that increased block chance. And don't forget, you can do a critical block as well, which is 60% of damage blocked, as it is doubled. Now, when it comes to parry and dodge, guys, parry actually has changed from what it used to do in Wrath of the Lich King. Parry now blocks 50% of damage from the first hit with a successful parry, and blocks 50% of the second hit. Now, I actually think that works out better, because it means that, say you got hit for 1k on the first time you parry procs, but then you get hit for 10k on the second time. So you'd be blocking 6k's worth of damage there, so that's pretty good. Now remember, guys, as a warrior, I'm going to go back into the talents here. We have this talent here called Hold the Line. Improves your critical strike and critical block chance by 10% for 10 seconds following a successful parry. That means that parry is a little better than dodge, and you really should sort of go for parry over dodge when you're gemming and enchanting wise, but you still want some dodge as well. And it's pretty safe to say, guys, what you want to try and do is keep them within, let's say, about 5% of each other. So, I know I'm a little off there, but 14.77%, and my dodge is at 9.15%. So, yeah, so if you're gonna look at what's more important, I'd say mastery, parry, then dodge, and then stamina. Now, the reason why I've sort of put stamina to the end there, I remember in Wrath of the Lich King Warrior Tanks, it used to be all about the stamina. You gem everything stamina, enchant everything stamina, and all the rest of it. The reason for that they did that, guys, is because you could get hit by a critical diminishing return on all the raid bosses, which meant that you take a hell of a lot of damage. You wanted all the health, HP you could sort of get, to make sure that if you did get hit one of those hits, it didn't matter so much. Now, the advantage that we have in Cataclysm is that because we're in defensive stance, we can't be critically hit. There's no such thing anymore as defense cap or anything of the like anymore. So once you're in defensive stance, you can't be critically hit, and I don't think you can hit by a critical strike diminishing return. Don't quote me on that, I'm not 100% sure, but it definitely works out more beneficial to get your mastery, parry and dodge up than it does to stack your stamina, because the normal hits of some of the mobs and the bosses are really, really high. So if you can avoid them with avoidance rather than stacking stamina, it works out a lot more beneficial to you, and to the healer as well. He'll thank you for it. That's pretty much all I can think of to sort of talk about, guys, on stat priority. Like I said, I did have a few requests to sort of do this video, so I thought I'd do it. I know it's going to be boring to some of you, but next week I will get us back on schedule with something a bit more fun. Now, yeah, my monthly update, guys, is going to be out on Tuesday or Wednesday. What I'd like you guys to do, if you want to have a sort of question answered in that, could be to do with World of Warcraft, could be to do with the channel, could be to do with a video you'd like to see, just post a comment on this video below, or you can always just send me a message via YouTube. And that's pretty much it from me for LoudsCast Week this week, guys. As ever, you've been a great audience. Thanks for watching. Take care. I'll see you next time, and don't forget to comment, thumb up this video, and subscribe for more World of Warcraft guides and info. Thanks for watching, guys.